It is the Brazos County Commissioners Court will meet and conduct a public hearing on Tuesday, August 29th at 11:14 in the Commissioners Courtroom, County Administration Building, 200 South Texas Avenue. Commissioners will consider a plan for the county clerk's archival fund and hear comments on the proposed plan. All interested persons are invited to attend the hearing and present their cause, if any, for or against the proposed plan. Karen.
Good morning. This is a plan that I'm required to present every year in order to collect the fees. And I want to give you a little background because we've got two commissioners that have not sat through one of these. Otherwise, it's old hat. We've been doing this for 20 years. This started in the 2001. Legislation was passed for border counties to collect an extra fee to help manage their records, preserve their records. The following session, it opened up to all the counties, and we were allowed to collect $5 for each document recorded and for court cost. In 2013, that fee went up to $10 for record management, $10 for archive for my documents, and then $5 for court cases. So we held off doing any of our plan until we could collect some of the funds, but once we hit that $20 a document, we were able to start doing a lot of our phases to get our records online, to get them preserved, the older records. And then Senate Bill 41 2 years ago took the authority away from Commissioners Court to set the fee for court cost record management because they rolled it into the court cost fee when filing a case, a civil case, which is why the district clerk no longer presents his plan because his fee is set by statute. My fee is set by statute for court cases, but our regular recordings, you will set the fee. So if you'll flip over a couple of pages, we'll just kind of go through the phases, what we've done. And this plan grows every year as we see things that need to be done. So we have digitized our records, our deeds of trust, our oil and gas, all the way back to sovereignty, which is in the 1840s, up through today. So all those records are now online. So we don't have the crowds coming in and doing title research. They can do it all online now.
And they pay online?
And they pay online.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Phase 3, we remodeled the MHMR building, which is now storage for my permanent records that I cannot shred or get rid of. And we have the original deed books back into the 1800s. We have court cases back in the 1800s. So it's all climatized, and it's just a good place we can keep our record retention. We do all our shredding over there. Phase 4, we've done the maps and plats. They're all scanned and online. The Commissioner Court records, I now have a link on my web page so they can go look at the minutes back into the 1800s, up to date. Phase 6, we've scanned all our vital records, and those were uploaded last year. Phase 7 and 7A, we're doing marriage records. They're in process. I hope they'll be through by October 1st. I don't think so. I think this plan we're going to roll and finish up next year. Our probate court cases is a 3-year project. We're on year 2. We've gone back to sovereignty in the 1840s, and they're going to be scanning up to the 1970s and get those all digitized. They're taking those old crumbly files, they're preserving them, they're putting them in sleeves and in beautiful bound books that we will keep off-site, but we will have them because they are permanent records. We have not done the military records yet. We have done some restoration of some of the older books. Next year we are going to expand our mobile filing system, which is the crank filing system. By statute, even though we are pretty much paperless, we are still required to keep original wills, so that's what houses all our probate records. So that we will have to keep on doing. When the probate cases are done to 1970, we're going to do another section from 1971 to 82, get those all digitized. And then we've got some more old books that we're going to be restoring and preserving back into the 1840s. So as of right now, that is my current plan. There'll be an agenda item next week to set my fees for the real property records, what we collect. My husband's having knee surgery, so I will not be here, but it will be on the agenda. So if y'all have any questions, we're getting close to the end. We're trying to get it all done, and once we do, we'll lower that fee. But for right now, we're trucking on. We've got 2 projects going.
Great.
Thank-
Thank you for the work you
Yeah.
do.
Right.
Really
Yes,
appreciate
Very
it.
welcome. You're
I know
very
that's
welcome.
something you've been looking forward to, is getting all those things digitized where people can look online and
Yes.
get the information rather than having to come in and
Yes.
stand in line. And
Yes.
when you have all,
The records that we can put
yeah,
online.
that you can. Yeah,
Yes.
Well,
exactly.
And
then being able to have, I mean, the storage and maintenance requirement. I mean, it costs money to
It-
store and maintain
it does.
all this stuff.
It does. And I have used some of this fund to help the district clerk with their books and the tax assessor. So when the projects are done, the next clerk may allow that to happen also. So I don't plan to be here when that happens. So anyway, it'll be on the agenda next week.
Never,
Great.
never say
Thank
never.
you.
Never
All
say
right,
never.
Karen.
Yeah.
Thank you
All right.
very much.
Thank you.
No action to be, is there any more discussion? No action to be taken, so the public hearing is over. It's 11:20.